time for me and for, I'm sure, the trustees that are leaving. But on the behalf of the state of Michigan and on behalf of myself and Senator Tice, who couldn't be here, we would like to thank you for your service. Your service has been valuable, important, and I think if you look at the way Heartland Township has grown, in the positive manner it's grown, and the positive things that it's done, that's because of the leadership of everybody here, but of you, Glenn, and of you, Joe. And because of that, I would like to present each of you with a special tribute from the state of Michigan, from myself and Lana Tice, and from Governor Whitmer and Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist. So for both of you, thank you very much for your service. It's deeply appreciated, and especially in these times, it's difficult. It's not what anybody, these times are not what anybody wanted. They're different, and we do it. And so from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. I thank you both personally and on behalf of the state of Michigan. I would like to.
Thank you.
Wait a minute, stay right there, and I'll just grab a picture right there. You guys didn't need to all run away. There we go.
Okay.
Thank you, Representative Lopel. Thank you. Hey, won't be a stranger either. Thanks. This is very nice.
Thank you.
And on behalf of our community, thank you so much for everything you've done for us.
He's because he's going out. Hank?
Hank, thank you again for everything you have done for us.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Thanks. And then we also had from the township itself a resolution of appreciation for distinguished service for Trustee Kalani and Trustee Harper, and Treasurer Horning would be kind enough to present the resolution. Thank you.
And as Hank said, it's really bittersweet. You guys, you know, we always didn't agree, but we always had great discussions. You guys were open-minded, looked into different issues, and it was really great working on the board with both of you guys, and I'm going to miss you. At a regular meeting of the Township Board of Heartland Township, Livingston County, held on November 17th at 7 p.m., whereas Trustee Joseph Kalani has served faithfully and demonstrated great leadership on the Board of Trustees since 2004, also representing board vision as a member of the Planning Commission. And whereas Trustee Glenn Harper has served faithfully and demonstrated great leadership on the Board of Trustees since 2008, also serving on the board of the Heartland Deerfield Fire Authority. And whereas that leadership was instrumental in outcomes such as promoting smart growth and development throughout the township, including growing and expanding the township's exceptional park resources. And whereas the board discussion and decisions were sometimes difficult, helping to navigate through those difficult times, such as financial crisis in the late 2000s to the years of financial stability. And whereas said leadership has always put the health, safety, and well-being of the Heartland community first. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Heartland Township Board of Trustees extends its deep gratitude to Trustee Kalani and Trustee Harper for their years of service to the community, wishing them all the best in their future endeavors.
Thank you, Treasurer Horning, for that. And if there's no other, I'll entertain a motion to approve the resolution.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution.
Motion by Treasurer Horning, second by
Support.
Trustee Petrucci. And now the clerk please call the roll.
Supervisor Fountain?
Yes.
Treasurer Horning?
Yes.
Clerk Schofield? Yes. Trustee Petrucci?
Yes.
Trustee Germain?
Yes.
Trustee Collier?
Yes.
For Glenn? Trustee Harper? For Joe?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you again for all your service and hard work. Next on our agenda is ratifying hiring of a new Public Works Director. Bob, do you have anything to add to that?
Just a brief overview. The Township Administration accepted applications for my former position as Public Works Director. We conducted many phone interviews, narrowed it down to 3 in-person interviews, and Mike Luce came out as a clear, most qualified individual. He has over 17 years of progressive public works experience. He is currently employed with the City of Howell, and being that he is experienced, it will minimize the onboarding process as well as any of the educational catch-up. He is above the midpoint for the salary range, but that is based on the qualifications he is bringing to the table. He was clearly above and beyond all the other candidates, and I'm happy to recommend him for this position.
Any questions from the board?
Just one. It indicates here that the start date could be as soon as tomorrow. Do you have a more definitive date yet?
Yes, Mr. Luce has decided to wait until the formal approval this evening to submit his 2-week notice, so that will go into the City of Howell tomorrow. And at that point, I believe we will be looking at December 8th, because it would put him in as starting on a Wednesday, which he would only work 1 day his first week. So he's decided to potentially come on December 8th.
If there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion.
Move the hiring of Michael Luce as presented in the recommendation.
Support.
I do have a question on that one.
Yeah, I got a motion by trustee Germain and second by trustee Harper. You had a question?
Yeah, why is it a board decision to hire? Is it because it's a director? Is that it? Or because normally the city manager would make a recommendation?
I think it's because it's full-time.
Full-time?
And its salary.
Okay,
We
so
were
it takes-
ratifying the salary.
Yeah, historically,
It's
anytime we
ratifying
deal
this.
with staff cost,
Right.
we bring it to but even, you'll see the
Okay.
part-time employment generally goes on consent agenda like we had earlier this evening. And then the full-time positions usually come
All
as
right.
new business.
Very good. That's just a question I want to make sure that everyone understands.
Thank you.
And any other questions? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
Board reports this evening, we start with trustee Germain,
I have no report.
trustee Harper.
Well, I'd like to thank this board. Almost 14 years ago, those of you that were here decided to have me fill a vacant position, and I appreciate your trust in me. And in that time, I think we worked together well, and I made some new friends. I hope they're lifelong friends, and I hope we don't become strangers. I hope we stay together. And I would like to wish the new board good luck, and I hope that they work together as well as we have in the past. I know we, like Kathy said, we didn't always agree on everything, but we did have good discussions and explore different possibilities. And I hope that the new board is able to do that and for the good of the public. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Petrucci,
I don't have a report tonight.
clerk Shofu.
Yes, first of all, I'd like to apologize for keeping my remarks rather brief, as it will not do justice to the many accomplishments of trustee Harper and trustee Coliani over the years of their service on this board. I've always had a list of attributes that I worked by to be a successful board member, including things like the willingness to work, being objective and impartial, having special skills and practical wisdom, demonstrating the capacity for teamwork, and possessing a commitment and concern for the community. While it is my opinion that trustee Harper and trustee Coliani embody all of these traits, it is my admiration of the commitment and concern they have for the Heartland community that impressed me the most. Trustee Harper, your law enforcement background and environmental concerns have always been at the forefront of many discussions that we've had over the years. You've always added a resident's perspective with regards to short-term and long-term effects of decisions we've discussed regarding the safety, health, and welfare of the Heartland community. You have a unique ability to present your current concerns in a manner that has always made me think twice about things as we work through a decision. I hope to bring this same perspective with me in future years as a board. Trustee Coliani, your legal background lends a perspective to our many discussions that I have benefited from many times. Your passion and fire that you bring to issues, and if I may add, sometimes bordering on the extreme, were always an inspiration and a motivator for me. Whereas I may not be as vocal on issues as you have been, I hope to bring your passion for the Heartland community with me as I continue on the board. To both of you, I admire, respect, and appreciate your commitment to the Heartland community over the years, and I would expect to get an admonishing call from both of you if I do not demonstrate the commitment to the community that you guys have brought forth. It has been my pleasure, my privilege, and honor to have worked with both of you for the past 6 years. Thanks to both of you for all of your contributions to the Heartland community.
Thank you.
In closing, it's my opinion that this board has done a remarkable job over the years, both prior to my being a board member and while I've been a board member. But there's much more to be done in Heartland Township, and with that, I would like to welcome the newly elected board members, Summer McMullen and Denise O'Connell. I look forward to working with you in the next 4 years and hopefully beyond that. Welcome to both of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. Treasurer Horning?
Well said, Larry. The advisory council met today at the senior center, and as you know, they've been pretty much on very reduced participation of things. Their fall show did not go this year because of COVID, and that's a huge fundraiser. It's $10,000 or $11,000. Their pickleball tournament that they have in pickleball has also been out, and that's another $10,000 or $11,000. So they're running a little bit in a deficit right now, but they do have plenty of money in the bank to cover. It's been real tight over there, and they're still running their programs that are very necessary, like transportation of those who can't drive, and Gleaner's Food Bank is there with food for the seniors, and right now is open Medicare, and Carol Ringel's been in there helping those people looking at open enrollment. So they're functioning and helping the residents that need help, and it's just they're struggling like everybody else right now. But I thought I'd just fill you guys in on where they're at.
Thank you. Trustee Kalani?
I've said enough over the years, so I don't know if I really need to say a whole lot, but it's been a pleasure working with everyone here, and especially the folks that I originally came on the board with, which includes Joe Petrucci and Bill Fountain, and then subsequently we had Larry Hopkins. We became quite the I think the rule of thumb that we always showed we demonstrated is do no harm. I mean, the idea is we move the township forward. I think we all collectively over the years wanted to make sure that we did everything in the interest of everyone in the community. Sometimes that we didn't always agree, but I will say I think at the end of the day, over the last 16 years, and I served on the Planning Commission before that, and before that I actually served on the Board of Review. I think that I would call upon every citizen to take an opportunity if they want to understand how the government works in local government. We are the frontline people. There is a certain amount of distance between us and certain other levels of government, but here in the local government, we're close to the people, and the people are who we serve. I think at the end of the day, as I would say, is that we did what was necessary for the public health, safety, and welfare of this community. I think we've come a long way in terms of where we were 16, 17 years ago. I remember the days when Heartland was on the front page of the newspaper. It seemed like every day. Where the meetings I would hear would go for 4 or 5 hours, where the referee of all the meetings was our township attorney. We haven't had a township attorney present in our meetings full-time for probably going on at least 12 years, 10 or 12 years now. That was a huge expense that most of the public didn't understand. And part of that is recognizing sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong, sometimes we make good decisions, sometimes maybe we don't make the best decisions all the time. But we recognize that at the end, we're here to serve the public. So I appreciate, I'm humbled by the fact that I got to serve for as long as I have, for 16 years. You know, I mean, I truly believe that this is where people get, where you get to make decisions that affect the people that you're closest to, which is your people you see every day. I know, you know, especially more so with Kathy and Larry, they see the public come up to the counters every day, and they got to hear from them. They got to see what they have to say. Bill probably gets the calls and the emails, but one of the things I enjoyed the most was I'd be in Myers shopping center, Myers store or Kroger, and I'd have a resident I don't even know but knew me from the township board and would express some concerns or issues or wanted clarification. It's help when you feel like you're helping people with their day-to-day lives and what they do. I think it's a humbling experience. So I again thank you, and I thank everyone here, Matt, everyone. It's been a pleasure serving on here, and truthfully, I have to do one thing. I have to step away because I've got a municipal client, city, who who wants me in their closed session. So I have to go to a closed session.
We're going to adjourn anyway.
So I will be back in like 10 minutes, so I have to excuse it. They just texted me that they're...
We'll wait for photos.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So I apologize. I'll be right back.
Well, I had a big, long speech I was going to say, but I guess I got out of that. Again, on behalf of our community, gentlemen, thank you so much for all your time and effort. We really have some good news to share this evening. Every 5 years, the assessing department for the state of Michigan comes in and does an audit. I believe 5 years ago, there were only a handful of townships in the state that got 0 wrong on their test. And we just got a note from the Department of Treasury that for the second time in 5 years, we just got another perfect score on the minimum standards. And again, that puts us in a pretty good spot. That was one of our goals in that department, was to, years ago, to take a look at it, understand what our goals were. It was to be a operation of excellence, and for whatever it's worth at this point, the state of Michigan has agreed that Heartland did an outstanding job for its second time in 5 years. So Jim Heslop and all his team, congratulations. With that, I'm going to turn that over to our manager's report. Bob just has a quick
Yeah, I'll be
element,
very
and we'll
brief.
wrap this
Thank
part up.
you. The board workshop that we had scheduled for December has actually been rescheduled by Dr. Lou Bender to January 8th. That date is tentative, contingent upon the ever-changing business climate in the state of Michigan. He was actually coming in from Florida for that, so he's adjusted his schedule accordingly. But just want to kind of give you an update right now that's still somewhat fluid given the circumstances. And furthermore, just want to kind of brief everybody. The admin committee, one of the topics I plan to bring up on behalf of a board member request, will be discussing the feasibility of a potential compensation review for all our boards, committees, and commission members. That hasn't been done since 2014. That was the last time any sort of compensation study was done for all our boards, committees, and commissions. So just more of an FYI. That doesn't mean that we're actually going to move forward on it, but we'll certainly take a look at it. And just kind of a quick note, historically the township has canceled one of the December meetings due to the lack of agenda items. We're entering the budget season, so staff is primarily working on the budget right now. And we are on par, quite frankly, to potentially cancel one of our December meetings. And if that is the case, which the admin committee will review, it would be the December 1st meeting, and what we would do is just reconvene normally on the December 15th. So stay tuned for that, more to come. Just kind of want to keep those on your radar at this point in time. Any questions on that?
Any other questions for Bob?
Is there any update on the water meetings with the developers and extension?
There are, actually. So we responded to Mayberry Homes with our option, or, response to them and to their ask. And they found that they were agreeable to that, actually. And they said they wanted to express thanks to this board for the consideration. While it may prove challenging to them, they believe that they can pull that off. They are confident, contingent upon obviously moving their site plan forward, but it does buy them some additional time. So to be fair, this particular business climate right now in the state of Michigan has led to the cancellation of Planning Commission meeting as well. We were moving forward on that when actually Mayberry came back to the table and said, hey, we want to pull ourselves off the meeting anyway. They want to fine tune their density to get the maximum, obviously, that they can. So it actually worked out well that those two stars aligned well. We are making progress. We are moving forward. So we are in good shape. That's kind of the update at this point in time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else this evening?
Move to adjourn?
Support?
Motion by Treasurer Horning, second by Trustee Harper. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Thank you.
You know that?
And we have, just hang on a second. We have Judge Hattie is here. Welcome. And just let me answer one question here. The meeting